Well, there's something quite special about going on the journey and watching a house being built from beginning to end. Well, on today's show, we're going to watch 4 at once. We're in Sawtell, a little town just near Coffs Harbour. Welcome to Build Me a Home. We meet the builder who's undertaking the challenge of developing this substantial multi-residential project.
The move-in dates are October,
Okay.
so basically we're trying to get completed by then.
And we find out if this house meets the owner's high standards.
You know, you've got to make sure everything's right.
We're here in Sawtell, a sought-after township just on the outskirts of Coffs Harbour. Known for its sleepy village and beautiful beaches, this is a desirable location that has seen a huge price rise in real estate in recent years.
Well, Todd, it's here we are in beautiful Coffs Harbour. This is really Coffs Harbour, or
This
not?
is Sawtell.
So what's the difference between the two?
Well, Sawtell's a nice sleepy little village, 10k south of Coffs Harbour.
Okay.
Beautiful place, beautiful beaches.
Do the sharks bite here as well?
Apparently so, there seem to be a few around everywhere at the moment.
Well, this is a great little place, and what a beautiful little main street. It's got so much character about it.
Yeah, it has. It's a very sought after spot.
So I can see why someone would want to live this close to the main street. I mean, what are we, about a 2-minute walk?
Oh, you could probably halve that.
Really? About a minute?
Yeah.
So Todd, what's going on here? I mean, who's the client? What are you building? Tell us the story.
We're building for a repeat client. We've built a couple of townhouses for them before. These guys have built before. They built a similar set of townhouses. They built them to sell.
Yep.
Decided they were too nice to sell and moved into them.
Oh, you kidding?
So this is run too.
Well, I got the inspiration from the other units because they got the other units and took out what they didn't want anymore, and we put in what they did want. We had a bit more land to play with. That was where it all started. Well, these units are right virtually one street back from the beach. They're 100 metres from the restaurants, which is Sawtell Main is a very well-known street for just for the trees, the street, the atmosphere, and these are an ideal position to buy. Like, you couldn't ask for anything else. You couldn't. You've got 2 beaches straight from the house, and you've got all that down the road.
Okay, so 2 have already started.
Yep,
That's what we can see
these
right
two
here.
have already started, and I
Yep.
believe they're probably already sold.
Okay.
And we've got the next 2 down the back to start next week.
So why didn't you just build them all at the same time?
We originally did it as stage development, really because of the tightness of the site.
Double-storey townhouses, by the looks of it.
That's right. They're going to be a very large mix of claddings. We've got brickwork downstairs, we've got Hardy's claddings upstairs, we've got Colorbond claddings upstairs.
Lightweight up top is a great product, isn't it?
It is. It gives us a bit more versatility in the shape we can use instead of having to run brickwork from floor to ceiling.
Yep.
We can step areas in, we can create different shapes. It's going to be a very architectural design. So it's a great product to work with. We can do a lot of things with it.
So what about colours and so forth? Are the bricks going to be rendered?
Bricks are going to be bagged and painted, so you'll still see the outline of the bricks.
Oh, I love that.
There will be some rendered brickwork in sections, but most of it's going to be bagged and painted.
A lot of steel going on here, and obviously that's because of the second story that's above it to hold the weight.
That's true. It's second story, but we've also out the back we've got a sliding door that opens from the centre back. So all the upper floor is supported on nothing. When you open the doors out, the upper floor is supported by the steel. So we've actually had to run a steel beam from here all the way to the back of the building to support that corner of the building.
That adds a lot of cost, but the end product is going to look great.
It is. That's what I told the owner.
Okay, so the owners are developers, and you have obviously they've built with you before.
Yes. They do a few investment properties here and there. It's pretty common for them. These ones, again, they're that much in love with the townhouses they've already got. They're sort of redoing it again.
So how big are the townhouses going to be? They look fairly big, but it's a massive site, so they're almost like massive homes, really.
Yeah, you'll see the site actually probably shrink down a bit as the brick walls and fences go up. And this is our driveway. We don't have much room to get in and out, but it will start to look a lot smaller as they go up. The townhouses are about 240 square metres, so it is fairly large.
3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms. They've got very high spacious ceilings in both levels, so they're both
great.
2.7. So there's a lot of work to do besides just building the building.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we've actually got about $40,000 worth of plants going into here as well, so the landscaping's not going to be a small feat either.
That is incredible. So you're going to build that yourself as well, or are you going to get?
Oh, we have a landscaper that comes in and does all that for us.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
$40,000 is a lot of money to spend on plants.
Yeah, but there's a lot of area to do. So basically all along the front here, down the sides, there's electric gates to go through here. So that's all landscaped.
Okay.
Over behind us there is all landscaped.
Yep.
The whole lot.
So, okay, so what about completion date? I mean, are you on time, firstly, and what is the completion date going to be?
Look, no, we're probably not on time at the moment, but they have to be complete by the 1st of October. That's including landscaping, the work. So
Are you doing the landscaping yourself?
we're doing everything.
So what happens if it's not?
We'll get yelled at.
Okay, so there's no contract issue or anything like that?
Oh, no, a lot of the sales that are going through, their completion and move-in dates are October.
Okay.
So basically we're trying to get completed by then.
After the break, we see how the home is tracking. And later on, we're going to reveal the house in all its glory. We're in Sawtell, a so-called sunny beachside suburb 10 kilometres south of Coffs Harbour. We're here to watch the build of this modern development right in the heart of town. We catch up with Todd to find out how the project is taking shape. Well, mate, I have Googled best climate in Australia and Coffs Coast has come up trumps. What's going on today? It's an absolute shocker.
We've had about 3 weeks of this. They've actually renamed Sawtell as Soggy Sawtell now, so we can't control it.
It is soggy and there's puddles getting into the place. Has it been a problem with the progress?
Oh, it does slow it up a lot. There's a lot of things we can't do in the rain legally, and just because it's dangerous to do in the rain because everything gets slippery, but we still have been plodding along.
This soil, I mean, it's not even soil, it's sand.
There's beach sand.
How does that affect the build?
That is actually really good because the water soaks into it.
Okay.
You can actually work on the sandy side itself is good. It's
Okay.
just steel beams and timber and all that sort of thing gets quite slippery.
And I guess it dries up pretty quick too.
It does.
Now, this part of the development is at lock-up almost.
Almost. The doors are actually sitting at the joinery shop ready to be delivered. So electricians are putting wiring in as we talk. The
Yep.
plumbers have nearly finished their gig, and by 2 weeks' time we should have gyprock on and the front door on.
So October deadline, are we going to meet it?
I hope so.
I love that. That's really affirmative.
Well, we're trying very hard. If this weather keeps up, no, but other than that, we've got a pretty good chance of making it.
Okay, so products here. Now, you've got some James Hardie products coming in.
We've got about 3 or 4 different James Hardie's products on this, as well as the colorbond cladding. We've got James Hardie's flooring for the wet areas, which is a specially designed wet area flooring.
Fantastic.
Which is basically 20mm thick fibro.
Yep. If water gets onto that, it performs so much better than just chipboard.
The chipboard we're standing on, if it got saturated with water, it wouldn't hold up very well.
Okay.
That's what this one's designed for, and they actually make a special outdoor product for that as well.
Yep.
Which is the one we've got on the balconies out the front. As well as that, we've got our first of our linear cladding that's gone on the outside. It's like a weatherboard that produces a really nice shadow line.
Yep.
We've got blue board, which isn't on. It's ready to go on the verandas behind us. And we've got James Hardie's on the eaves, and everywhere else has fibro.
The windows look great. I mean, they really work well with the metal finish of the colorbond.
Yeah, we're very lucky. We're the first people to actually use this metallic colorbond.
Is that
so,
right?
Yeah, it's a brand new product. They released it late last year, but even in getting it delivered to this site here was such a drama because it's not available yet. We got it from Newcastle. It's made it here. It's all on now, and it looks great.
So the clients have selected precious silver pearl for the finish of the windows here. They believed it tied in very well with the colorbonds, the colorbond finish selected with the project as well. I think the colour works just from a visual perspective. I think the colour works. Precious silver pearl is a neutral colour. Being metallic is obviously an advantage, but it's a quite common colour for the Coffs Harbour and surrounding areas. So we have actually put a lot of precious silver pearl product into the Sawtell region. Customers just like it because it's neutral. It sort of goes with everything. It changes with your decor. So if you want to change the colour of the external part of the building, it sort of adapts well with all the different finishes as well. The way, just from looking at this design and the way that it's set up, he's got all these louvers set along the northeastern or the northern elevation. Obviously with those louvers on that northern elevation, that'll give you a beautiful nor'easter breeze in the afternoon. So again, window design is another component to the process as well. So you need to sit down and think about what's practical for the customer. When you talk about energy efficiency, it's something that is relative to the consumer's yearly, weekly, monthly costs. So windows for us are a very imperative part and important part of the building because your energy efficiency through the glazing and the window framing system, so it obviously impacts your power.
The owners, have they been up here and had a look?
They do. They have a look quite often. They live down the road, so they do come and check it out fairly often. I normally talk to them or meet them on site as often as I can. And they do see it a lot. So they're happy with the progress so far.
Are the owners happy with the time frames?
They will be if we're finished by October.
And if you're not?
Well, then they won't. So look, they're selling some of these projects. They might keep on themselves or whatever. But the contract's basically for the sale, say completion in October.
We're back 3 months later. The weather has had a change of heart. Soggy Sawtell has become sunny again. Let's see how much of the build has taken shape.
Okay, so the corner stacker's all in.
Yep.
This is looking great.
Thanks.
You've done a great job. I tell you why I love these is because they're going to open out to this whole area here. There's going to be no pillar in the middle.
Yep.
And this whole space will become part of the inside.
Yeah, the idea of that was for the ceiling behind to follow the rake of this ceiling that we're looking at the moment. So that's why we've got the raised ceiling there.
Yeah.
So that when it's all finished, this is paved, this is tiled, it's at a very similar height.
Yeah.
And it all feels like the one outdoor area.
Yeah, you're pretty smart.
I went to school.
Yeah, you did go to school. The designer's done a great job though, hasn't he?
He has.
With the ones at the back, now they're catching up.
Yep, we're going to try and finish them all at the same time.
Hey, that's a great idea.
Yep.
That
We're
means
doing it just for you.
Are you really?
Yeah,
Because it'd be great to come back and get the reveal when it's all done.
that's right.
Now, the walls are starting to take shape now.
Yep.
Much better than what was there before.
Yeah, just the fence before.
Yeah, terrible. This is going to look great. And you know what? Here we are in the courtyard of the front house.
Yep.
And the road's just behind us. You might be able to hear a little bit because of that still open. But this is going to be very private. And you're right on the road here and you wouldn't know.
That's right. The idea of it was to have nice private units that are close to the beach, close to the main street, but still have them separate. So we got a bit of a practice on some prior units we built that were similar.
Yep.
But these ones work out a lot better. They've got a lot bigger open area.
Yeah.
And that's a result of this corner stacker area behind us as well.
Okay, so how far away are we from doing the big reveal?
Probably November. We were aiming for October, but probably end of October, early November.
Everything always takes longer.
It does. As last time you were here, we pretty well had to dodge every puddle to get into the place. We get a lot of weather like that.
Yeah.
Sunny Sawtell's doing its best today, so it looks a lot better, but it's not like this every day.
So you've got a few James Hardie products on this one, haven't you?
Yeah, we do. We've actually got a mixture of about three. We've got Hardie's Accent.
Yep.
We've got the Sky on Linear, and we're also going to have Blue Board on the verandas, which will have a rendered finish.
Great.
So you won't actually see that. We use a lot of the James Hardie products because they just give you a mix of finishes. You get more room available because you're only having a thin wall instead of brickwork.
When you do face brick, you waste some space, don't you?
That's right. So we gain about another 160 millimetres by using the linear product.
The linear product is great because it weathers so much better than the timber.
Yeah, it does. Once it's painted up too, the paint has a big thing to do with the finish as well. But once it's painted up, it looks great, and basically you shouldn't have to touch it for 25, 30 years.
I love that idea. And inside the garage, you're using a James Hardie product there too.
We do. We use Pine Ridge in the garages because one, it's waterproof once it's painted, so you can hose your garage out. A lot of builders use gyprock and skirting now, which once it gets wet, it gets mouldy, falls apart. And also, if kids throw their push bikes against the wall or anything like that, they don't go through it.
Well, Todd, we're only a few months away,
Yep.
and we're getting closer. A lot still to do. So what's the list that's got to be done?
Basically, as before with this one, it's painting, tiling, fitting everything off, all your floor coverings, and this one's a bit further behind. It's a couple of weeks behind. But once we get that done, there is a lot to do still before the landscaping. We've got water retention pods to go in the ground underneath the driveway.
Okay.
All the stormwater from the houses actually goes to underground tanks as well, and then it goes to a retention system before it goes out to the street.
All right, so I guess you've got to sort all that before you can do any landscaping then.
Yeah, we've got 4 underground tanks, and we've got about 25 lineal metres of underground pods that disperse water back into the sand.
Great. We've got plenty to do.
Yeah.
Good luck with it. We're going to see you at the reveal now.
Oh, awesome.
Can't wait
I'm
to
looking
see
forward to it.
Coming up, we reveal the finished home in all its glory. Well, the day is finally here. It looks like the houses are finally complete. I meet up with Todd and the owners on this beautiful summer's day.
All right, mate, you are in.
Yep.
So finally done. How's it feel?
Oh, great. After a big project like this, it's just great to have it all completely finished, 99% finished.
We did put a bit of pressure on you, didn't we? Sorry about that.
Yeah, I think you gave me 2 or 3 weeks notice and said we need to have it finished by this date. So it's been like the block. We've had everyone here. The street's been full of cars, tradies working over the top of each other, but it's all done.
Well, it's done. Now, the owners are inside.
Yep,
Can we go and say hello?
we sure can. It's a lot cooler in there.
Let's do it.
Okay, well, there was this little old house, right, I fell in love with, and I loved it for years. And one day I walked past and it had a for sale sign on it.
Yeah, but hang on. But you must have knocked it down.
We did.
You can't have loved it too much.
No, it was the location
Okay.
that I loved,
okay.
not the actual house.
Yeah.
We did it as a joint venture, and
So how do you guys know each other? How did you guys meet?
I'm a sister-in-law's.
Okay,
Yeah.
sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Great. Well, it's glad you get on. Todd has got a bit of grey hair since it started, but not on his head. It's all on his beard, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's been great to follow. I mean, I don't know how he's been with you guys, but
Yeah,
he's
no,
been great
yes,
with us.
he's good. Yes. Yeah. He's given us a few grey hairs.
Has he really?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing about building. I mean, if you're building it to live in, it's a very emotional kind of a journey. Do you find because you're building it as an investment, it's probably not as emotional?
No, it's still stressful.
Okay.
You know, you've got to make sure everything's right because, you know, people go over them with a fine tooth comb.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're top-end market units, so they've got to be right.
Okay, so you got 4 here, Jenny. So you've sold a few already?
Hopefully 2.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
The interior design and all the colours and choices, did you guys have much to do with that?
We did it all.
Well, you've done a great job.
Yeah, no.
Well, this one here, you've gone for a real neutral brown.
They are all neutral tones, but all different.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've chosen a different Laminex, like the white is in all of them, but
Yep.
the splashbacks and the coloured top cupboards and under the breakfast bar are different
Okay.
in each one.
In the bathrooms, I really love this laminate that you've used. It's kind of got that timber kind of...
It's real beachy.
Yeah.
It does. It sort of almost looks mouldy, doesn't it?
It looks like you just pulled it out of the ocean.
Yeah,
no,
it is
it's
nice.
really
It's come
nice.
out
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. With all the designs, how much input did you have with the architect?
Well, I built 2 units very similar just down the road, and I've lived in one for a year while we renovated our home, and everything worked really
Okay.
well in it. And we thought, look, you know, the only thing we really missed was the alfresco area, so we took it back to the same guy, Paul, and said, look, you know, this works really well.
Okay.
We love it, but can we have an alfresco dining?
Yeah.
And that's the only thing we really missed, and so he managed to do that, and I think it's come up really well.
Well, this is great because it's almost half the home kind of
I know,
opens with those
yeah.
sliding glass doors.
Yeah, yep.
The materials look great too because you've got this the James Hardie product on the outside and also the bluescope steel. I think it's a really modern, crisp, clean line. Do you like the look of that?
Yep, I love it. I
Yeah,
love the
it
finish.
is lovely.
If you have a look at the colour behind us, is it zinc? Is it surf mist with a metallic flick, or is it a metallic steel? Well, it's a metallic steel. It's going to look different in the morning to what it looks like in the afternoon, and it jumps off the wall, makes the facade, you know, caters for that landmark building, which is First Avenue Sawtell. This particular one is called Astra behind us, and it is, you know, an integral part of the range. Fits well up on this building. We've got a few different colours on this building. It comes with a colour bond warranty, and really highlights, you know, the facade of the building. The salt and sea spray can have an effect, where an imported product is just not going to last as long as Colorbond. Colorbond's been around for a long time, and it's proven and tested.
Shower is a really important thing when you live close to the
I
beach.
think so,
Yeah.
yes. It's a must.
You've got a great little shower head out there, and I mean it's a bit fancy, isn't it, for outside?
Yeah. Well, we thought so too, actually. We turned up one day and thought, wow, well, this is amazing.
Apparently it was a
We
mistake.
didn't pick that.
Yeah, apparently they wrongly sent two nice shower heads, and Todd thought, well, let's not send it back. Let's just put it on the house.
Yeah, they're pretty flash. They're amazing, yeah.
So 2 are already sold, or almost sold, which is great, and you've got 2 more to go. And you think you'll have any problems selling them here?
No, there's a lot of interest.
Would you do it again? Another one?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Great. And you could do them here in Sawtell too, because
Yeah.
it's a thriving little
I know.
little area, isn't it? It's such a quiet little town, but I can see the why people would want to live here. There's no high-rise buildings or anything.
No, it's a lovely place.
Well, you guys have been amazing. All the best for the future, and thank you so much for allowing us to come and see your beautiful home.
Thank
All
you.
finished.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. It's amazing what good architecture and some fine materials can do. It looks as if this home will stand the test of time.